Yo, what's up guys? It's Jeff. Today is Friday and today's the day. You guys should be picking up these awesome new iPhone 12 and 12 Pros if you did pre-order those on pre-order day, and they should be coming to you guys any minute now. So I hope you guys enjoy those shiny new iPhones, but I want to share with you guys some tests I did between the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the new iPhone 12. So let's get into the speed test. Guys, go check out Micro Audio for all iOS devices. It's completely free, and for me, it's the best news app you can find out there because obviously news these days is pretty crazy and it's a bit overwhelming at times with fake news and all of that jazz. But Micro Audio, one, delivers your news in an unbiased way, and number two, it provides you with the facts of different stories in a much shorter and much more digestible way. For me, I really love that all of your news is delivered via short audio segments, and that ultimately allows you to read or listen to the news hands-free so you can do other things while getting your daily dose of news. So if you guys are interested in a much more relaxed news experience and you are tired of mainstream media news always giving biased stories, check out Micro Audio. You can select which categories you want to follow. You can keep track and set goals of how many articles you listen to. And most importantly, you can save time digesting the news by just getting the facts and nothing else. So a link to Micro Audio is in the video description down below. And if you do like this very exciting and very different news experience, make sure to let other people know like I am, because this is definitely one of the better news experiences out there in 2020. So when Apple announced the new iPhone 12 Pro, they didn't really go over how much faster that new A14 Bionic chip was. And typically in the past, they say how much faster that new chip is versus the old one from years past. But curiously, Apple didn't do that this year, which made me think, are we not seeing that big of an improvement with the A14 Bionic? Or is there not really any improvements at all? Well, I've done some testing over the past few days, specifically with the iPhone 12 Pro, and it definitely is faster than last year's chip, but not as big of an improvement over the A13 as you may think. So first off, the specs of the new A14 Bionic chip are actually quite impressive. So we have a new 5nm process, 40% more transistors to improve both speed and efficiency, and this new chip is paired with 6GB of RAM on all of the iPhone 12 models that we saw earlier this month. So I went ahead and compared this new A14 Bionic chip to the one on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is the A13 Bionic chip, and here were some of the results from Geekbench. For the CPU side of things, we saw about an 18% improvement in performance, and that is a combined score of both the single core and multi-core kind of test there. Now, when we moved on to the GPU side of things, we actually saw a 25% improvement between the A14 and the A13. And that was to be expected given the GPU actually handles quite a bit of the crucial tasks that you do on your iPhone these days. So yeah, the iPhone 12 Pro is definitely faster than the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but I have to say that it's not anywhere near the performance jumps that we've seen in the past with previous chips. Typically, we see a much higher performance jump when it comes to the CPU and GPU performance, and this year we just aren't seeing that with the new A14 Bionic chip. Now, of course, this can always be improved through maybe software development, and ultimately getting an entirely new version of an iOS kind of release can also change things up a bit and make things a little bit faster. But for now, those are the performance numbers specifically in Geekbench. Now, in addition to Geekbench, I also tested the two devices on the 3D Mark slingshot test, which is pretty hard on both the CPU and GPU. And those results yielded some pretty interesting numbers. So the overall score actually resulted in us seeing about a 31% total improvement from the iPhone 11 Pro Max to the iPhone 12 Pro, which was actually the most significant performance boost we saw. But the big question is, how do these improved benchmarks translate into actual use case performance boost? Well, when going through iOS 14, I noticed no difference whatsoever. Everything is still super smooth, super fast, and overall the performance is just as great on both of these devices. The biggest changes though come when you open up the camera app. Taking photos is so much faster when you want to review portrait photos on the iPhone 12 Pro, and I noticed also that the iPhone 12 Pro does a much better job at rendering photos and videos much faster. To add to that, you now have Apple ProRAW and Dolby Vision HDR on the iPhone 12 Pro, which sort of adds to how hard rendering should be, but the iPhone 12 Pro still renders faster using those new formats versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max does with the old formats. So yeah, the A14 Bionic chip is technically faster, but for the most part, you aren't going to visually see the improvements when just using baseline iOS. You'll definitely see efficiency improvements when you go throughout the iOS 14 UI and all that, but the biggest improvements to the A14 chip is actually that new GPU and also Apple's neural engine, which helps out with calculations for photos and videos. Now, would I say that the new iPhone 12 Pro isn't worth it because it's not crazy fast compared to the A13 Bionic chip? No. This is still a solid upgrade to the iPhone 12 Pro, and obviously you were getting a whole lot more than just a new chip here, so I would say you're still getting a solid upgrade. In fact, I never even had complaints with how fast my iPhone 11 Pro Max was, so I don't really think I or many other people out there were specifically looking for a faster UI performance. I just think those small little improvements with the camera app and some other things with AI processing is a huge boost when you think about it in the long run. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you guys are getting your iPhone 12 or 12 Pros today, let me know in the comment section how you like the new devices and if you got yours already. Also, don't forget about that giveaway for the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro that I announced in my unboxing video. I just picked up both of those devices today, and they will be going to one of you guys in the next 2 weeks. But anyways, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a like. But if you want to check out my review of the iPhone 12 Pro, make sure to get subscribed and also hit that bell button because that video is coming very, very soon. So with that being said, I hope to see you all in the next video. But until then, I hope you all have an awesome day.